Oh, there's one person. Okay. Today, actually, I'm going to do 2D, two-dimensional array there. And basically, what the 2D array will look like is, like, for example, you might have a couple of companies in Springfield. You want to monitor the result of the company. So you might have something like this. This is quarter one. This is quarter two, quarter three, and quarter four. And maybe you have multiple, let's say Costco. You have one in West Springfield. You have a place in, I don't know, Enfield. You have a place in, I don't know, Boston. And you want to keep like how much money coming in from all the different places. That's what a 2D array is. So if you, the way we look at them, this is row zero, the first one. This is row one. This is row two. The next one is row three, and goes on. 4, 5, 6, 7. They don't have to be the same size. This is column zero, column one, column two, column three. So if I want this location here, and let's say the name of this array is array, I don't know, we'll call it Costco. Which row is this one? That's row two. And which column is that one? Column one. So we can say let row two, column one. If you want to give it like a value, we can say equals 50,000. Maybe these are the sales of it. So it takes the 50,000 and it puts them in that location. So when you talk about Costco, you're gonna specify the row in the column because that's a two-dimensional array. So that's what I'm gonna do today, deal with two-dimensional array. So let's see. Actually, not bad, the picture shows up there. But now, zoom back, here we go. Zooms by itself. Let me just share and share my desktop. Good. And let me open C++. Control N to start new one. That's I thought it was Control N. Is it Control N? Yep. So this program here, is going to demonstrate a 2D array. A 2D array, two-dimensional array. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, so I'll start with the usual stuff. Pound include IO stream. If I'm going to do is like fancy printing, I would say like set width, set, all that stuff. I'll have to say pound include. I'm not sure if I am or not, but I'll put it in. It doesn't hurt if I don't use it. IO manipulation. Manip. Using, lowercase u. Using namespace std. int main, parentheses, curly bracket to open, and return 0. The usual stuff. Going back to that Costco example, let's say I have three branches. I have Boston, Enfield, and West Springfield. That's three rows. And I have a quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four, four columns. I can tell the machine that I'm just practicing some of the stuff we learned. I can say constant, which means you can't change that. Integer. What should we call the rows up and down? Divisions? Divs for divisions. The West Springfield division, the Enfield division, the Boston division equals to 3. And constant again, I don't want anyone changing these. Integer. Quarters, QTRS, equals to 4. That tells the machine, I'm gonna tell the machine in 1 minute or in 2 minutes here, I want you to create an array that will have 3 rows and 4 columns. I don't want to say 3 and 4 because down the road I might be changing that. So if I make it 3 here, and if I change it, if I use it in the program, if I use divs in the program, all I gotta do is just change that number to 5, 10, 20. My program doesn't have to change. On the other hand, if I made my program like this, if I said I want to create double, I'm not going to do it that way. Let's say sales. We'll call that, or Costco, we call it Costco, right? Costco. And how many rows? Now, if we know 3 rows here and 4 columns, I can do that. But, that's how you specify it. But what happens if I change it? I got to go through the whole program, keep changing them. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go divs here. And quarters here. And what that does, if we decide to change it down the road, I can even ask the machine, how many divisions do you have? I can ask the user and read that number. If you don't, we know it's always going to be 4 quarters in a year. In any business, there's first quarter, the first 3 months, second quarter, the next 3 months, third quarter, the third 3 months, and the last 3 months are the fourth quarter. That doesn't change. But the number of branches we have, the number of Costco's we have, that changes from state to state. So instead of saying 3, 4, 5, I could ask for that value. And I'm going to I'll see what I need here. So what are we going to do here? Trying to remember. Let's see out. Let's talk what I'm going to be doing here. Let's think about. We're going to calculate, double quotation, the total sales. That means I got to add all the numbers. And maybe all the divisions. Okay. We have to put some numbers in it, but that's what my plan is. Calculate the total sales of all the divisions. Well, I have to know, and let me just do this. I'll go int L to go the next line. We need to fill the array first. So maybe before I said, that's what my plan is. So before I do anything, let's fill the array here. Fill the array. So we're going to ask them, okay, for Division 1, that's West Springfield. For Division 2, Enfield. For Division 3, Boston. Tell us what first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, So let's set up a loop here. So I'm going to use Q for quarter and D for division, INT, D for division, and Q for quarters. So I don't have to define them every time I want to use them. I'll define them now. Four. If you don't want to do that here, that's fine too. You can put them inside the loop. So if you don't want to define that here, I don't want to define quarter here. Because somebody says, I don't want to define it. I'll just define it here. Then you can say for INT, Q equals to 0. It's really up to you. You can define it before or define it here. Q is less than QTRS, the number of quarters, which is 4. As long as less than 4, keep asking for the value. And we want Q plus plus, incremented by 1. So instead of calling them West Springfield, Enfield, and Boston, I'm going to call them Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, here. So Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, and keep going. Depends how many you have there. So let's do that. Let's set up a loop here. So curly bracket, I'm going to be doing lots of stuff here to open it and close it. First thing I want to do is see out. I want you to write the division there. Write the word division. Now, I don't know what division is equal to. So I want it to, the first time you enter that, it's going to say division 1, then it's going to say division 2, division 3. So maybe what I should have done, set up another loop outside that. One loop is going to allow me to go up and down. One loop is going to allow me to go left and right. So here we go. 4 INT D for division equals to 0. D is less than divs here. D plus plus. And I'll do curly bracket to open this one. And notice where I'm going to close it. I'm not going to close it there. I'm going to close it after this one. I might be putting some stuff inside it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. So D will be 0 the first time. So C out division. If I go D here, it's going to say division 0. When you and I count, we don't call that division 0. We call that division 1. The first one is division 1. So I'm not going to say here D. I'm going to say D plus 1. Division 1. So I was going to say, right? Division 1. C out. I'll go after that. We're still on the same line because I didn't say new line. Put a comma, space, quarters, or quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. And for this, I'm going to write Q plus 1. And put that in parentheses. I like them parentheses. You don't have to put in parentheses, but I do like the parentheses. Maybe I'll put colon, space, and dollar sign. Give me the sales, How much? Division 1, quarter 1, Division 1, quarter 2, Division 1, quarter 3. List the sales. So you're going to see all of that. And the machine is going to wait for me to type a number. So you're going to type in a number there. When you type in the number, you need to read it, CN. And where are you going to put that number? In my matrix, which is called Costco. And which location? D is the division. Oh, square, Costco. D for the division. And Q for the quarter. Is going to save it in that location. If I do that, that should do all of them. And when you finish with that one, so it's going to do the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. Maybe we'll finish with that. Let's go new line here. So they're not squished in together. C out and L. Let's see what it looks like so far. I didn't do the calculation yet. I'm going to calculate that later. So let me do the sum here. Save, And this is called what? April 1st. Let's compile and run. Just to see what it looks like. Division 1, quarter 1 sales. 25,000. I don't know. Division 1, quarter 2. 38,000. 500. I'm just going to put some numbers. Quarter 4, 700. COVID hit and now nobody's buying anything. 1,200. 800. 900. And 700. Notice I said for each division, put a space between them. That's what the new line and L puts an extra space between them so they're not squished in together. Division 3, quarter 1, 500, 700, 600, 800. And that will that's it. We loaded the whole array. As I said, I didn't get to the calculate yet. I just wrote that there. You want to calculate the total sales? What I should have done actually, as I'm reading them, I should have defined something as total sale and called it a 0. So let me go back here. Let me define before I enter my array. Right here, maybe. Total sales equals to 0. I forgot to say it's double. And as I'm reading each number, as I'm reading the value here, might as well add it to the total sales. Equals total sales plus Costco and location D. Oh, and location Q. That number we just put in there. Oh. Here we go. Add that number to the total sum for each quarter. Just keep adding them. If you don't want to do it that way, then you have to set up another set of loops. If you really don't want to do it this way, calculate the total sales, then you can do it this way. Cut. You can do it right here. That would have been the smart way to do it right there. But let's say you decide not to. You can say for, set another loop here, double loop, int, and I'll use the d for division equals to 0. D is less than divs, I think. Divs, yep. D plus plus. For int, q equals to 0. Q is less than quarters. QTRS. Q plus plus. And now put that line there. That will add them all. One way, by the way, to write that statement, total sales equals total sales plus Costco. If you don't want to do it this way, there's a shortcut to that. You can say plus equal Costco. Plus equals. What that means, total sales equals total sales plus the cost. That's just a shortcut. You want to print the total sales now? There we go. Let's print the total sales. So this one calculates sum here. This one, oh, not calculate. Yeah. Print. Print. Print total sales. Here I'm going to print them. Since I use, in my program, I use IO manipulation, so maybe I'll try to print them nicely. I don't know what my plan was at that time. I just put it there, so might as well use it since I have time before I go to my meeting. Cout, fixed, set precision, or show point. We'll do that show decimal point just in case number doesn't have a decimal point. We'll do set precision to two decimal places. Set precision to 2. Cout. The total sale for Costco is, and we'll put the dollar sign. And now we're going to show out you that number. Total sale. Total sales. That's what I called it. Yep. Then when you finish with that, go to the next line. And that should print it. Let me save this one. And let me run it using some decimal values. Double Costco. Double
Oh, I know what it is. No semicolon before it. I'm looking at that like nothing wrong with it. Let's see. And what's this one here? Should tell us on the bottom if I move this one up. See out. Oh, I only have one of these. Fixed. Show point. Okay. Not bad. So let's put some numbers. 31,569 and 47 cents. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. 29,619 and 85 cents. Next number, I don't know, 53,412 and 11 cents. Next number is 14,219 even. So we go to Division 2. That's the infield office. That's it, $6,000. I'm just getting tired of putting these numbers. My intention were good, not anymore now. It's 5,000, 11,219 and 33 cents, or 1678.90. Now we do the Boston branch. That's a bigger place, so 67,543.12. 81,219 point even. We'll just make it. The next one, 74321.57, and the last quarter is 39,678.54. And notice the cost. Calculate the total cost for all divisions. The total sales for Costco is, well, I guess sales, not cost, but $455,480.89. So instead of the cost here, total, I did say sales. I don't know why I said cost. So that's how the 2D array works. You have to specify the row in the column. You can't just say add Costco. Costco has, in this case, 12 values. So if I take D and Q out, it's going to tell me a problem. You know. So I'll do another example next class with 2D array, but that's just one quick example on 2D array. Kyle, any questions for me? No?
No, I'm all good.
Okay. So I'm going to end it here. I have a meeting with the vice president. You
All
guys,
right, have a good one.
yep, thank you. Any questions for me? Anything? I'm not sure if I'll be back in time for the lab or not. Usually these meetings run longer than we anticipate a lot of times. You okay there? Okay. Everything is working? You don't need to see anything before I shut it off? No? Okay. Okay.